You know, there are many questions about this agreement. We have team coverage for you. We're going to try and answer them all, beginning with the senator from Alaska, Dan Sullivan. Senator Sullivan, good to have you here.
Good to be here, Trish. Thanks.
You know, saying today that if anyone in Congress tries to block this deal with legislation, he will veto that legislation immediately. I know you are not a fan of this deal. Can you do anything to prevent it?
Absolutely we can, and we're going to start that review process. You know, we're going to have 60 days once we get the full deal. We don't have the full deal yet, but I think it's really important. You know, the president's going into a lot of detail. It's really important to start with what the basic objective of this negotiation was from the beginning. And it was pretty simple. It was Iran would dismantle their nuclear weapons ability, get rid of it, no path to a bomb, in exchange for sanctions relief. And what we're now, I think we're going to see here is that we're not abiding by that original idea, original goal. We now have managed proliferation in the Middle East with nuclear weapons with the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world, whose leaders last Friday were chanting death to America. So the president's going to have to, it's going to be a tough sell in the Congress, and I think Democrats and Republicans have a lot of skepticism as we dig into this 159-page deal.
You know, I agree with you. I think there's going to be a ton of skepticism, including on the part of the American public, who doesn't like the idea of having any kind of negotiations with the likes of Iran. In fact, according to a recent poll, 55% are saying you cannot at all trust Iran to abide by the terms of a deal.
Well, I think that's a huge point here. One of the things that we're going to look at very, very much in detail is what we're referring to as the signing bonus. So right now, we're hearing that the Quds Force, the leader of the Quds Force, Soleimani, this is one of the largest terrorist groups in the world. They have the blood of American soldiers and Marines on their hand, literally responsible for maiming and killing thousands of our troops during the Iraq War, where they were supplying sophisticated IEDs to Shia militias in Iraq. And we're hearing that this deal is going to lift sanctions on this group, on this leader, almost immediately. This is one of the most despicable regimes. Hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans have been killed at the hands of the Quds Force. And that's the kind of thing that you don't give billions of dollars in terms of a signing bonus to some of the biggest terrorist groups in the world because they agreed to this deal. It makes no strategic sense.
Well,
it's
Senator
not good
Sullivan,
for the country.
A lot of people are saying, you know, this is his legacy. He wanted so badly to push this through that maybe he overlooked some key points, but hopefully Congress won't. Thank you very much for joining us today, Senator Sullivan,
Thank you, Trish.
Republican from Alaska.
Thanks.
Everyone, I want to